Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to GGRC's Season 13, Round 5. I'm your host, Arachon, and I'm going to be commentating this evening for what promises to be a very good race. We haven't been... Oh, no Edna, who cares? Don't worry. Oh, hang on. I apologise for that. Right, broadcast has started. So, sorry. Let's try this again. Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to GGRC Season 5, Round 4. I'm your host, Arachon, once again, and I will be your commentator for this evening. And you join us right just before quali. So let me just turn everything back on, and we will be up and ready. This is all assuming you guys have seen... You guys all saw last race as well, so you should know kind of what's going on. So, once again, you join us at Goodwood. And quali has begun. So, let's just display all the race info, and we'll be able to see what's going on. So, we'll go on board with Raf for now. He's the first online right now, alongside Nick. So, qualification is quite simple. So, every driver has one out lap and then 2 in laps in order to set a time. And the fastest go on the front. There's not really much more to it than that. So, Goodwood is a circuit that none of our drivers have actually raced on. It's, at least not since the retro event that we had last year, if not the year before, in fact. So, this is going to pose a new challenge to our drivers, especially since we don't know how they're going to take the track how they're going to take the track really. So there's Raf, obviously, he's leading our pack right now. So MLS and Nick LS are in pursuit. I assume these three are going to start slipstreaming each other. This is for well, just to try and get the best quality time possible. I should also mention that most of our drivers on the grid have not used their medium tyres yet, so expect to see quite a lot of them in this upcoming qualification and race. Jabble there on the hards, Matty on the hards, Loves Hell on the hards. Pim is on the mediums. This is going to be very interesting for him, considering he really wants to get up into the points this race. And since he hasn't used his mediums yet, now's a good time as ever, considering that both Raf and Brood have also used their mediums. So this is probably the best chance for Pim to win a race and get right back up in the points as I head across the line now. So let's go watch Pim, considering he's probably our one to watch for this race. So let's watch Pim's lap as he crosses the line. So, first corner, he's balancing the power and brakes, so pretty solid out lap at the moment. As he comes up down the back, well, down straight to turn 2, which should be taken flat out. Exhibit A, as so you could say. Just going to quickly copy the stream back over. Now into this little technical section here. You got to be stuck between the power and going on and off it all the time, because really, you could really go wide here. If not, then well. Thanks, Kaz. Thanks for that. All right, so here comes Pim down the back straight. I apologise, guys. I've been really disorganised today, so I apologise for the disjointed commentary. Raf's currently set the fastest lap with a 1:25.7. However, Raf is on the hard tyre, so we could have Pim go even quicker than that. So let's watch him now as he comes around the corner, heading towards the final stretch of this lap. There he goes. One more chicane to go. It looks like it's going to be a pretty damn close one. So 1:16. Very solid out. Very solid coming out there. And we watch Pim come across the line with a 1:24.7. That's a second faster than Raf. That's an absolutely incredible time. Let's watch the rest of the group. Raf was leading the pack last time, and he's only well, 50 thousandths of a second ahead of Ritz in third place, both on the same tyres. So let's watch Raf come around towards the last stretch. Nice steady corner there. Going a little wide. He's going onto the grass there. I wonder if he's going to get a penalty for that. He is, unfortunately. That's a 0.5 second penalty. And that, unfortunately, is going to cut off his chances of qualifying. So, Raf keeps second for now. There's Ritz, currently in third place on the grid. And he's doing better. If he keeps this up, he'll hold up for second. And considering he's on the hard tyre, that will be an incredible achievement for him. Having said that, though, he has just gone wide here. So, if he runs the same risk as Raf of getting the 0.5 second penalty, he's gone very wide here as he goes around flat out here. I'm not sure if he's going to get a penalty for that as well. But it's unfortunately a 1:26.2, so he stays in third. Here comes Matty, coming around the last corner and coming across the line with... yeah, I think it's going to be slower. Yeah, 1:27.5, so he stays there. Loves Hell jumps ahead of Jappy in 5th place as he crosses the line. Jappy also... yeah, he's gone. He's just gone wide. He finishes in 6th with a 1:26.6. Nicholas in 7th. Leo Keggin, 8th, with very, very close times, both with 1:26.7s. Finish Kid in 9th with a 1:26.9 as he crosses the line. He isn't going to deal with it. He isn't going to cross the line in time with a 1:41. Devil with a very, very strange time, a 1:27.2. That's pretty much 2.5 seconds behind Pim's time. And he's on the hards. You've also got Z, MLS, and Carl. Rounding out the grid, Carl being a 1:28 at the end. I'm just going to quickly message the rest of the group, just say make sure to use your mediums. And then we'll get ready underway. Get this race underway, sorry. Alright, so let's round out the grid again. Pim on pole, a whole second on pole in fact, with a 1:24.7. Very good time from him. In second, Raf with a 1:25.7. In third place, Ritz with a 1:25.7. Only 50 thousandths of a second ahead of, well, behind Raf in fact. Also on the hard tyre. Then we've got Matty. Mr. Common Potato, shut up there. In 4th place, we've got Matty with a 1:26.2. Very good qualifying session from him, in fact, especially on the hard tyre. In 5th place, you've got Loves Hell with a 1:26.4 on hard tyres. Jabble in 6th with a 1:26.6. Pretty solid from him overall. In 7th place, you've got Nicholas, who's been over-qualifying considering how he finishes in races, so he's doing pretty well for himself. Maybe today is the day he really breaks up into the top 8, top 5 perhaps. We'll never know. Just behind him is Leo K, who's once again overqualified. Only 16 thousandths of a second behind him, so these two are going to be a battle to watch. Sorry, I apologise. I've had a little bit of a bet there. In 9th place is Finish Kid with a 1:26.9 on the medium tyre. So that's actually very, very... it's not a good qualifying session from him overall. In 10th place, we got Vev on Sports Hard Tyres. He probably should be doing better, I must admit. But you never know, Vev. He is a fighter. Don't expect him to start making up positions up the grid. In 11th place, Zenow on Sports Hard Tyres. MLS in 12th with a 1:27.6, which is incredibly... which isn't... well... I say it's incredibly slow. He is nearly 3 seconds behind Pim, which is a bit oofy. And considering he had a big fight with Ritz last race, that's very poor from him. And in last place, we've got Carl rounding out the grid on Sports Hard Tyres. So, let's get ready to race, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go have a bit of water. I apologise, guys, I've also got a new mic, so I won't be able to use my keyboard to run through, so I apologise if the camera work is a bit shoddy. So, let's have a look at the grid one more time. I kind of went through it earlier, so you kind of know what's going on. Alright, 40 minutes of racing around this classic British circuit. Let's get ready. There you go, cars are on the grid. Let's get ready to race. And let's go time! Pim with a pretty decent start. Ritz with a very good start. He's coming up to Raf in third place as they head up towards turn 1. Raf tucks in ahead, but Ritz is right on his tail as they come around turn 1. It's pretty good from these M3s so far. It looks pretty clean. I say that. 7th and 8th look like having a little bit of a battle. You got Nicholas with Leo K and Brood, who's already taken a position. Or has he? He's side by side with Finish, coming up out of turn 2, coming down that straight, finishing the slipstream of Leo K. So it is still side by side, the two cars in hot pursuit of battling. Leo K goes a little narrow onto that first corner there. I might slow up the rest of the grid. Brood still in hot pursuit behind. It looks like a pretty good start from everybody as they come up towards the third section of this course. Brood is actually starting to take a bit of a fight with MLS. He's been forced wide. MLS up the inside, up down this straight as they start coming towards that next corner. In fact, Brood's really holding on to that position. Carl as well has actually made a move on Z now. He's pushed up into 12th place, which is quite good from him. Let's fall back just a little bit. There's Finish, who, as we know, was in a bit of a fight with Brood earlier on in the lap. But, whoa, there goes Brood, just a little bit wide there as they come into the chicane. Many drivers can get caught out here, but not this lap. I say that. Leo K looked like he had a bad exit here, so here comes Brood over the line. So he's taken 9th place coming into lap 2. Let's see if he can hold his own. In fact, MLS was looking for a move as well on Leo K. In fact, Carl, that looked like a little bit of contact there. I'm not sure if that was intentional, but as a result, MLS has got ahead of Leo K. In fact, Carl is also starting to make a move on Leo K at the back of the grid. This looks like some pretty good slow. Here they come, side by side as they head up that straight. Or the isn't straight, as we're going to call it. Whoa, there goes Leo! There might have been a little bit of contact, but he saved his, he saved it. That's just about held on. Very good from him. Again, the cars are getting very slippy already, which is, well, quite surprising, I must admit. That being said, let's get right back up to the front of the grid. Pim has already made a pretty commanding lead, which is very good for him, considering he started on the medium tyre. Both Raf and Ritz have used their medium tyre already previously this season. At least Raf has, I'm not sure about Ritz. So Pim making a lead early would be very good for him. Especially since Raf and Ritz are both going to start battling, as you can see there. In fact, well, maybe not quite yet. Both Raf and Ritz have made a little bit of a gap as Raf goes slightly wide on that last chicane as they cross the line onto lap 3. There's Raf going around turn 1. Quite nicely. I think the cars have started to settle in a bit. Ritz probably will be right on. Ritz probably will start going aggro on Raf, which will help him in the long run, potentially. In 4th place, actually, I'm quite surprised. Loves Hell is up into 4th place. I can't remember where he started. I think he started 5th, just behind Matty, who's now down into 5th place. But he's done very well to get up into 4th place and establish quite a bit of a gap on Matty as well. 1.6, 1.5 seconds. Maybe he just had a bad run there. Either that or Matty just had a really good run. I say that, the gap's just gone back up to 2 seconds. I think it was Matty fighting with Jabal in a fight for 5th position. There's Matty up the inside. Jabal goes wide as Finnish Kid and Nicholas start to get involved in the fray. And Jabal has dropped back all the way to 8th place as a result. That is sickening from him. Very good. As they head down the back straight. So he's now going to be stuck in the slipstream of both Nick and Finish. Finish up into 6th place, which is very good considering he started in, I think it was 10th. He's done very well to get up to this position. So now let's just see if he can keep it. Looks like a pretty good fight in the middle here. So I'll come back to it there. Now if we forward back just a little bit, MLS has overtaken Brood, so he's now up into 9th place, but I expect there's going to be even more of a battle to start coming up as they come into lap 4. MLS holding the inside, playing defensive. Brood biding his time, so he's going to tuck in just behind. He might go for the cutback even as they head up towards that back straight. It's not going to back straight. I'm going to call this one the isn't straight. say that, it's up to turn 2. So it's kind of, I think it's just 2 corners. There's 2 straights attached by a corner. As they come up into the more technical section. A little slow. It's a break. Brood's still right on the back of MLS. And Leo K is actually starting to get involved. Which is very good for him. Playing against 2, I must admit, far more aggressive drivers and far more, I'll say, quicker. I apologise, we all kind of know Leo isn't very quick, but he's doing very well to keep up. I must admit, I kind of wonder if the other 2 even had any practice. So, I must admit, what happened back here? Zenow and Gimp Boy must have had a bit of an incident, considering how far back. He's now 25 seconds off of Pim in the lead, is Gimp Boy. Carl. Just go either. Either will work. So I don't know quite what happened there. We'll have to review that after the race, and because I don't know what happened, because I don't have replay functions enabled right now. So let's get back up to the front of the grid. Here's Pim going very wide on turn 1. I wonder if that's going to cause him some damage. Let's have a look at that. Guess not. But that may cause him some time loss, and he hasn't got a penalty as a repercussion for that, which is quite interesting. But that does mean he's lost a lot of time with Raf, who's now dropped the gap down to just over a second. I must admit, there isn't actually much wear difference between both the mediums of Pim and the hards of Raf. Never mind Loves Hell, who's actually done very well. He's overtaken both. He's actually overtaken Ritz, who's dropped down to 5th place. So something must have happened earlier on. I must admit, I feel bad for missing out all of these little battles here. There might have been a lot more drama going on than I might have initially thought of. So here comes Loves Hell right up the back of Raf. Coming into the final sector of this lap, sorry. As he take that turn. Loves Hell taking a wider line. Might be good for getting more speed coming out into the chicane. Got to brake a bit harder though, so Raf might be a bit more control going through there. Here goes Matty, who goes just a little bit wide on the exit. I'm not sure if Finish had a problem there as well. They come out. I must admit, what happened to MLS? He's dropped down to 11th place, so again, I feel like I keep missing all these out. So Brood up into 9th place at the end of lap 5, coming on to lap 6. Brood Fab, which is quite, I must admit, Brood doesn't do very well. He goes wide at turn 1. Leo K comes through. I think that's a result of lack of practice, unfortunately, from Brood. Which is a shame for him, especially since I think he was almost leading the championship. He was clearly in contention. But right now, that's stuck between Pim and Raf at the top over here. Pim's still holding a good 2-second lead over Raf, Raf's doing quite well on his hard tyre. Loves Hell also holding the gap between Raf rather well. He must have really been practicing. I wonder if Loves Hell might actually get a win this race. We'll see. Then we got Ritz and Matty in a fight for 4th place. 0.4 gap, 0.4 is the gap separating them. There's a little bit of a fight between Jabal and Finish Kid coming into the last sector of this lap. The two, I say a bit of a fight, but those two are on the same team, being Henning Racing. So a 6-7 would be very good for their team overall results. Nick LS in 8th place and Leo K in 9th place. That's pretty good from them overall. Whoa! I think Leo K just misjudged that chicane, and he's going to get a bad run out, which leaves Vev to overtake him coming out of that last turn. Leo K really needs to slow down more, especially, I mean, considering he's on the mediums as well. I wonder if these guys are going to start pitting soon, especially since the first 10 seconds. MLS goes wide at turn 1 once again. Oh, he's gone very wide. Oh, a little bit of contact with the barrier. And MLS is going to spin. Oh, that's not good from him. In fact, MLS has gone. MLS has left the race. It's a little bit oofy from him. There's Pim still in the lead. Raf is now... Yeah, MLS is forfeiting, and as such is going to leave the room. That's unfortunate from him and for his team as well. It's a shame. So, MLS retired. Let's get back to the battle between 2nd and 3rd. Raf going defensive, coming down into the final sector, or maybe not. Maybe he's just trying to keep the race in line. Here comes Loves Hell. 0.2 seconds is the gap between the two drivers. Loves Hell might have overcooked that slightly. We'll see about that. You see Ritz and Matty in back a shot. Loves Hell took a slight drift coming out of the end there, so he's opened up that gap to just under a second coming into lap 8. 10 minutes into this race. So 10 minutes into this race, let's roll you through a grid. Pim leading the grid quite convincingly with a 3-second gap upon, or a 3.5 second gap upon Raf in second. He might want to start pitting soon, in fact. His front left tyre looked absolutely knackered. In second place, you've got Raf on hard tyres, doing pretty well for himself. In third place, just under a second behind him, in fact just over a second behind him as we speak now, is Loves Hell, who is starting to struggle a little bit on fuel, so he will be quicker. Well, there goes Raf. He goes just a little bit wide on that corner, and that leaves Loves Hell to come through up into second place. Good overtake from him, and an unfortunate error from Raf, and that also might bring 4th and 5th place, Matty and Ritz, in opposite order to what I just mentioned, because I can't read. So those two are going to be in a little bit of a fight now. As the field's spread out, but still, all drivers are in contention for a podium. You see Matty there in 5th place. 5.5 seconds behind them, we have Jabal, who's made a considerable lead up on finish. Pim's just gone into the pits. Geordie Hoffman, where is the next race? Good question. I'll be back with that in just a minute. Oh, there goes Jabal, just popping into the pits. There's Pim as well. Yeah, everyone's going over. Only Raf and Matty are staying out currently. Both looking like they can do an extra lap on their fuel, and their tyres don't seem in awful condition too. So we'll have a look at that. To answer your question, Geordie, let me just quickly find that for you. We are at Sardinia Road Track A next week for the first of the 3 finals races for this season. Sardinia, yes, Cameron, thank you very much. So, Jabal. Is Jabal stuck in the pits? What's going on here? This looks very strange. It might just be how Goodwood's set out, because Goodwood isn't the normal track on this game. It's very strange. I don't know what's wrong with Jabal. Let's roll back a little bit. There's Matty. So, Matty and Raf have gained an 18-second lead over their competitors for this lap. I wonder if it's going to start increasing. Whoa, there's Raf going. I mean, every time I hear the tire squeal going around this corner, I immediately think there's something is going to go right. Jabal is really having some issues. I think there's a bug. Jabal, I'm not sure about you, but I think we might have a few issues this race. All right, then we got Pim in 4th. Right, let's see Pim in 4th. Let's see if he catches up with the group ahead. Z now actually in 5th. I'm not sure quite what happened to him. He hasn't pitted yet, actually. So Z is going to come in this lap, we assume. Yep, there he is. He's just popped into the pits there. So here comes Pim across the line. He's overtaken Raf and Ritz as they all come out of the pits now. Matty being overtaken by Loves Hell as well. So maybe the overcut wasn't quite what they imagined, especially Pim. Especially what Pim was on about, because they're going to have less momentum coming into turn 1. So there's a little bit of a fight coming up at the top there. Let's see what's going on here. So, yeah, again, very good battle coming on between Ritz in 2nd, Raf in 3rd, Loves Hell in 4th, and Matty in 5th. Especially, this is going to be an excellent result for Tic Tac. I assume that's their name. Ritz and Loves Hell being on the same team and all. It'll be very good even for Ritz as well, because he won the team's championship last season with Splinter Engineering with myself, in fact. So two team championships for Ritz would be an excellent achievement for him. I must admit, I don't have a view of the current standings right now, so I'm not 100% sure on the team standings, I must admit, but we'll have a see. We'll see what's going on with that. Okay, so let's fall back a little bit to finish. Finished with a running partner earlier. I can't remember who it was. Oh, it was Jabal. Oh, no. That's exactly what went wrong. Jabal was just ski-arting in the pits. So I'm not sure if Finish is with his running partner right now, or if that's just a result of something else. I was a good chicane from him, I must admit, but here he is in 6th place, just over a second behind, just over a second in front of Nick. You can hear the tyre squeals in the pits from here. That's hilarious. So Nick up into 7th place. He's doing rather well for himself. That's exactly where he qualified as well, so it's a chance for Nick to learn some racecraft and to get some consistency under his belt. Especially considering the driver behind him in 8th place, Devil's Hound. He might have gotten accustomed to the track by now. He's done 11 laps of it by now. I expect he's probably started to learn the braking points, which I must admit are a little too late. Here he comes into the complex section. I think that's Nick there. He's just got a half-second penalty, simply for cutting one of the corners. So even though he's got a 0.9 second gap just behind Finish Kid, which he has gained, I must admit. Hello, Ender. If you would like to join me in the commentary box, feel free. I'm getting kind of lonely in here. Yeah, Nick up in 9th place. I can't really say. Nick in 7th place. I can't do anything today. Leo in 9th. Zeno in 10th. I'm not sure what happened to Carl in 11th place, but he is well over a minute behind Pim leading, and maybe up for lapping quite soon. I expect Carl has probably had quite a few off, so I can see actually a bit of damage to his front left wing, in fact. So we'll see what's up with that. Alright, Endo's going to join us in the commentary box in just a minute. That'd be great. So here's Z now, coming over the line rather well. Jabal is doing a wheelie in the pits. Very nice. I can't say much. Yeah, Pim, since switching to the hard tyres, has actually made even more of a gap upon Raf, who's actually in a big fight with Ritz now for second place. That gap has come down considerably. In fact, actually, I don't quite know what happened here. I think Raf might have overtaken somebody. I think it was either that or Loves Hell overtook Matty. He's actually made quite a bit of a gap on Matty as well, up into 5th place. Let's see what's going on from there. Quote unquote. Let's see how well he copes. Let's fall back to 6th place, in which Nick has recently just overtaken Finish Kid. He's brought his penalty down to just 0.1 seconds. Very well done from him. There he is, as Ender. He's just popped online. He'll be joining the commentary box in just a minute. See, Nick up into 6th place. This is a very good drive from him so far. He just uses just a little bit more of his penalty. That being said, he is just 2 seconds in front of Brood, who has gained. He looks like he might have gained just a little bit more time there. Brood might start to come on his own here. Hello, Ender, and welcome to the commentary box. Ender.
Hello.
Hello, welcome to the commentary box.
1, 2, hello.
Yeah, you're loud and clear. Reading you loud and clear. Doing rather well
Just
for
came
ourselves.
from it's time.
Probably should have come earlier. You probably should have read a bit more earlier as well. But you're joining us at a good time. Jabal is wheeling in the pits, and we have a very good battle for a podium going on right now between Raph.
What is Jabal doing?
Jabal is wheeling in the pits. I really don't know quite what's going on here. I really don't know what he's doing.
What on earth? 22 people online in lobbies on GTS.
That's incredible. There we go. So let's get back to the battle between Raf, Ritz, and Loves Hell. In fact, Loves Hell actually made a little bit more of a gap right now.
Kaz, are you racing?
Kaz is not racing.
Okay.
It was just 12 people. I think I say it was supposed to be out of a 14, but I don't know what. But Lilium's not racing, and MLS left earlier in the race, or he retired, so to speak.
Lobby's full though, isn't it?
I don't know who's in the lobby, I must admit. That's what you get when you don't practice, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, I must have missed something because Raf has made quite a considerable lead right now over Ritz and Lovell in second place.
What happened to MLS?
He span out a few too many times, I reckon. We caught him on the end of one of his spins as he left. I must admit, he did say forfeiting though. So.
Am I saying this right? Game Boy in second?
No, something is very wrong with your internet then, or something is very wrong with my internet. Because Carl is currently in 11th. He's been blue flagged, I must admit. So Pim's overtaken him. So Game Boy has been lapped, and he will soon be under more blue flag regulations from the drives behind us. Raf goes wide on that last corner, just a little bit. He's really starting to get some drifting moments with that BMW. So Carl, he didn't qualify very well, and he's stuck in 8th as a result. He qualified
my screen.
He's in 8th place on my screen. He qualified in 10th. So. I know. And before you asked, Jabal didn't qualify in 2nd either. Or Carl. So Carl qualified at the back. Oh, there we go. So yeah, Raf has now overtaken Carl. So Ritz and Loves Hell are now going to start running into that gap. Matty actually is starting to slowly but surely gain on the group ahead of the two Tic Tacs ahead of him. That gap is slowly decreasing. Yeah, but they are Tic Tacs. Let's be honest, it is Team Tic Tac. I don't know if I can't remember their actual name. I must admit, I don't have the Discord open right now. Let's be honest with ourselves here. Okay, whoa, let's finish. A little slidey. Who's that? Was that Rude in 8th place? He's had a bit of a... Looks like he had a bit of a spin out coming into the complex section. He's dropped down to 10th.
Oh no, engine damage.
And engine damage. Don't worry, it's only on weak damage, so he'll recover.
Yeah, of course, but...
So that's not gone very well for him. Like I said, this is what happens when you don't practice and you don't care, because you really should have been winning this season, Rude. You're right up there with the standings. Is it still worst result not counting, by the way? This will probably end up being...
Best 7 out of 8.
Yeah, this will definitely be his worst result, I must admit.
Generally, the worst result of the team. Like Xeno and Devil Sound, that's shocking.
Yeah, Xeno's in 9th place. He's having a bit of a fight with Leo K, actually, as I come to the last chicane. Maybe over-revving that BMW just a little bit.
Leo's on mediums.
No, Leo's on hards. He started on mediums.
Okay, thanks, game.
Not doing very well.
Anyway.
Oh yeah, no, anyway.
At least I can see the cars on track. Oh god, did
Raf
just completely...
No, that was...
Who was that?
Carl's gone wide.
Car?
That's Carl.
Oh, I just had a heart attack there, Raf.
No, that's fine. No, Raf's okay. Raf is okay.
How's it looks in terms of fight for P1? Like, who used mediums, who didn't?
There isn't really a fight for P1, I must admit. Pim has been leading since the start of the race. He's got a commanding 4-second lead over Raf and is doing very well overall. He did start on mediums though, and he's now on the hard tires.
The gap just dropped to 3 seconds for me.
It is dropping to 3 seconds. I think he just had a bad run out there, and Raf had a really good run. Pim, I think, pitted a bit earlier as well. So Raf is on the overcut, so he's on fresher tyres and slightly less fuel. So Raf really can start narrowing that gap. I expect Pim's going to start pitting quite soon, maybe at the end of this lap. I'd expect Raf to do just the same. I think Pim should go in this lap as well, considering his front left tyre is absolutely knackered. And, well, there's only 50 minutes left of the race, so he really wants to keep that gap up. Let's have a look for... Sorry?
Did Pim use mediums in round 4?
No, he didn't. Round 4 was into last.
I know he DC'd, but...
no, I think Pim didn't... No. Round 4... Last round, he was considering the mediums, but
the
never
round
went
we finished, not the failed one.
No, Pim did the Pim tried mediums on the failed one, but all of them were reset after. So, but Pim used hards.
And he didn't go for mediums.
He didn't go for mediums in the end. He finished well. He wasn't near the top with MLS and Ritz, but he was pretty good overall, I must admit. So I think leaving the gap here. Here comes Pim now. Let's see if he's going to box. Pim is staying out. That's an interesting strategy choice from him. Ritz goes in on 12% fuel. So Ritz going for what looks to be the undercut on this strategy right now. We'll see how well he'll cope as he comes out of the pits very soon. I'm sorry, I had to say that. But judging by the looks of things, he's going to come out in clean air. Looking at the gaps on track. Here he comes, coming out of the pits in clean air. So very good from him. He's out in 6th place. For all we know, he might be out with Jabal, who is probably still wheeling in the pits. Yeah. So Raf very low on fuel, so he's going to have to come in this lap. Pim also low on fuel, again, probably going to have to come in this lap. Loves Hell, again low fuel. Very similar tyre wear between Raf and Loves Hell. What happened to Ritz? He's dropped down to 6th. Oh no, yeah, no, he went in the pits, didn't he? I'm sorry.
He pitted. Yes, he did.
I feel that's a bit of a pain. But Matty's actually gained on Loves Hell. He's got less fuel, so he will take more time in the pits, but he might be able to get ahead of him before he enters, which will... I don't know what that's going to do to the overall standings, but... Oh, there's Loves Hell getting a little squirrely on the exit there. So the two are going to start coming in this lap. There comes Pim in the pits, Raf in the pits, Loves Hell and Matty also both going into the pits. Nick
Anyone
in
on
5th
mediums
place.
on your screen?
Nobody's on mediums yet. I've asked people to use their mediums because they need to. But the one to watch here is Ritz. So he's in 6th place, decent amount of fuel. Nick's just gone into the pits, so let's watch him as he comes out the pits. Pim is out. And he's doing... Well, he's miles ahead, let's be honest here. But here's Raf, here's Loves Hell. Oh, they're all coming out the pits. Ritz is going to be right on there. Ritz is going to take them all. Coming into turn 1 as they go side by side. This looks pretty damn close.
Pim overfueled, that's why.
Pim overfueled.
Oh my god.
Pim has overfueled.
I mean, I'd be surprised if he doesn't get them. I mean, he's got 12 minutes to do it.
He's got 12 minutes to do it, but this has really turned into a race now. It's a four-way fight. Yeah, there we go. We got a 4-way fight for P1 here. So here's Pim in 3rd place alongside Raf and Ritz. There's a little bit of contact there as they come through that little chicane. As they come up there, it goes side by side between Pim and Raf. Pim and Raf. Not Pim and Raf. As Pim, he's taken Raf on the outside. Very good move from him. Yeah, Pim really outshining right now. Pim on the fresh tyres.
No.
Raf is dropping back just a little bit. Wonder if Raf might have been a little bit of lapse of concentration here. Ritz up into 2nd as a result. It looks like still really good battling here. Ritz taking the inside, playing defensive as he comes up around. Doing rather well there. Very good. A little bit wide though, so Raf might come in for the cutback, but no, Raf slots in behind as they enter the chicane, coming on to lap 20 of this race. Where is Jabal?
Insane.
Oh no, Jabal has rejoined us. He is in 7th. He's no longer wheeling in the pits. We actually have a definitive position, and he is fighting with Nick for that position. That's fine. We don't have Jabal.
Very interesting.
Whoa!
Really keep an eye on Raf.
Jabal just hit that. Jabal just hit that bollard there. Nick overtakes him.
Really keep an eye on Raf. He's going for the move on Ritz now.
Oh, okay. I've just moved up into that position. Raf coming up the inside of Ritz, coming out of turn 2, side by side, coming into that technical section. Oh, Raf's going to have the inside.
They said it couldn't be done.
They said it couldn't be done, but here comes Ritz braking. Raf over braking.
No, there's no way.
Still side by side. Coming out of the complex section into that top corner. Raf is still holding on the inside, so it's doing very well. A little bit of contact. Just a little bit.
He's going to get ahead. That was brilliant.
Oh, that's a very good move from Raf there. But Pim at the smoke, but that's only going to help Pim right now. He's gained a 2-second lead over the battling drivers behind him. Raf being followed by a pair of Tic Tacs doesn't help him at all, especially since the two are teammates. I wonder if the two are going to start communicating for some team orders here. And also a dispatch of RAF. See what happens here.
So according to my info, RAF's got the most fuel. Ritz, it's got a little bit less. And Lovesel's quite... I think Lovesel might have even underfueled.
I say that, but Lovesel looks like he is short-shifting to compensate. So we don't know. Here comes Lovesel now. He's coming up the inside of his teammate. Maybe I think he's just thought better of it there. Coming into turn 1.
That would be the smartest move.
Probably, especially since it's his teammate.
So by now has everyone used their mediums now?
I must admit, I have no clue.
I mean,
they should have used their mediums. If they haven't used their mediums, then they just haven't for the whole season. They can just use mediums whatever in the finals.
Interesting team battle here. Lovesel has overtaken Ritz.
He has. He's come up into 3rd place. That's a very good move from him. But the fight has actually made a bit of a gap to RAF in 2nd.
Yeah. I don't think this was good for the team because now... Yeah, look at Ritz already on Lovesel's bumper. Might have not been the best choice as a team, but we'll see what happens. Maybe Lovesel is faster.
He has impressed us. He's impressed me, I must admit. He qualified 5th, and he's moved up to 3rd, so that's very good from him. Ritz, I think, qualified 3rd or 2nd. I can't remember what. And he's down to 4th now. But all I know for certain is that he has lost a couple of positions.
So it's interesting to know that ballast, we have quite some heavy cars on this grid. We've got Pim, Ritz, and MLS on 4% ballast.
MLS
Raf and Davison are
left.
3%.
MLS is
yeah, no, but still.
Is he going to lose ballast?
That's going to be really bad for him.
He isn't going to lose ballast, is he?
He's not, but oh yeah, the system's going to be reset for the finale. So there's a specific system. I can't explain it here. We basically calculate the ballast based on the previous results, round 1 to round 5.
It's just adding on or getting rid of stuff. It just adds on or.
Lovesel with the purple sector 1.
Who's that? Pim.
Lovesel.
Lovesel with a purple sector. Okay, he might be one to watch right now. He's actually, yeah. I think it might have been a good move for him to go ahead. I think the gap is the gap's pretty constant right now. Or in fact, he might have increased that gap.
Ritz doesn't seem to quite keep up with his teammate.
Well, Ritz actually
maybe it was the right move.
Ritz went for the undercut. I must admit, he is on more fuel. So Lovesel is driving the heck out of that car.
Lovesel just needs to hope he hasn't underfueled.
I say that he has been short shifting this whole race, this whole stint. So we don't know what's going on as a result.
Not really.
I don't know.
Not massive short shifting.
Yeah, right. So 7 minutes left. So how many laps do you reckon this race is going to be? 7 minutes, 1 minute 20.
I don't know. My game is just showing me 2 laps on the right part of the screen, and it's showing me 2 lap 14s, like 14 and 40.
Well, it's lap 23 right now, and an average lap of about 126, and just over 6 minutes left. So we're probably thinking about 5 more laps. So 20.
Okay, so
23, 24, 27 laps overall this race. We're thinking. At least that's what I'm thinking.
Who's in the lower mid? Lovesel or Ritz?
That would be Lovesel. I think.
Are you sure about that?
No, Ritz.
No, I'm gonna check.
No, Ritz is probably in upper mids after his performances last season. It's a good fight here.
Ritz is in high. Ritz is a high mid. Lovesel is low mid. Ooh, this is
a good fight here between Nick and Jabal. Yes.
You know what this means? The 2 classes are gonna be split in the finales, so pros and AMs, and Lovesel is gonna be in the AM lobby, and he's in 3rd right now.
Lovesel might absolutely dominate these upcoming lobbies.
He will.
However,
he will have tons of ballast.
He will, so I mean that might help him. There's a good fight here for 6th place between Nick and Jabal. 7th place will be Nick's best ever result, won't it? 6th will be even better.
Ooh, surely he's done better.
No, I don't think Nick's done that well. Nick's done quite... I mean, Nick is overqualified. He's overqualified quite a lot and has finished at the back of the grid, but 7th place for him would be an excellent result. 6th place, obviously, even better. It's a good fight between him and Jabal. We'll come back to that a bit later in the race. And then we got Finish Kid and Z now. 1.5 seconds between them. Not doing too badly. Brood
Are they both on hards, mediums?
Brood's on his mediums. Brood's on his mediums. Znow's on mediums. Finish is on hard. So Znow, with his softer compound and comparable wear, is going to really come at the back of Finish as they come up into turn 2. A little bit of contact there. Finish squirreling a little bit wide, but it was a barge move. But it was a barge move, but he got it done. He got it done. Has Znow, so he's up. Yeah, so he's up into 8th place. There's Finish, just falling just a little bit behind. He's going to have to settle. Either that or Brood on his medium tyres might catch up to Finish. We don't know. 10 seconds is the gap. Can he make it? We've also got Leo in 11th place and Carl in 12th place. Carl's been lapped by everybody.
So let's see what this race so far means in terms of points in the standings. So we have Raf in first with 70 points and Davison in second with 69 points. Nice. That is insane, Raf having second and Davison being
down
in 10th when he's in second in the championship.
What about Pim? He's got fastest lap, he's leading this race, and he was on pole.
Yeah, Pim is 10 points behind Raf because he disconnected in last race.
I mean, in terms of best 4 or 5, I expect Pim's still in for a shout at this championship right now.
Yeah, I think so. I'm not sure what Raf's worst result was.
We'll have to look again at some point. Here we go. 3 minutes left of this race. So 2 laps to go as soon as Pim crosses the line.
It's also a shame for MLS that he disconnected because he was in 4th with 53 points.
Yeah, especially. I mean, we had a few top drivers really bum out this race. So here comes Pim on lap 26. 2 laps to go for this race.
Is it correct that Davison's got the fastest lap?
No, Pim's got the fastest lap with a 1:24.699.
Okay.
Which I assume he set on his first stint.
So I think this will give Pim a big boost again, but then again Raf's in second, so it's not over yet. However, if it depends on the 6 out of 7, 7 out of 8, whatever rule.
Hang on, let's have a look at this here. There's a little bit of 4th brewing up here. Matty and Ritz with a little fight for 4th place.
Ritz is struggling.
Ritz is struggling. He has his undercut. Matty on more balanced tyres and more fuel. So Matty can really start to put the hammer down. The gap slowly decreasing. I apologise, guys. I think
no, look at Losel's fuel.
That's a point. Is he going to make it? He's really going to have to start pulling. He's really going to have to start short shifting now. He's really... Judging by the gap on Raf, it looks like he isn't going to take it. He isn't going to overtake him. So 3rd is his best possible result right now. Can he hold on though? That is the question.
He's shifting too early when he's braking. He's revving the engine up while he's braking.
Yeah.
And now it's going to be... I think... Oh my god, it's going to be extremely close for Losel between doing another lap.
It's going to be close as well.
Okay, I think he was very lucky. He crossed the line at 1 minute 20 remaining. He's going to make it.
Yeah, he'll make it.
Oh man.
Anyway, we've got... This is the last lap. This is going to be the last lap of this race. So Ritz and Matty in a fight for 4th place here. Coming out through 7 seconds off of the lead driver, Pim. Who's got a 1.8 second gap over Raf right now. I think he had the right decision to use the medium tyres this race, because otherwise I don't think he would have won. I say that. He's doing quite well on his hard tyres.
How did the top 4 manage, or top 5 even, manage to stay this close to each other?
I don't know. I think, well, Pim only lost because of his overfuel.
On that pit stop.
Well, someone's gone wide. Someone's gone wide. Who was that? That might have been Carl. Oh, it's Carl. Don't worry. Carl. It's Carl. Sorry about that. No worries. It's out. Right, so we're going to watch Pim come over the line. We'll see what happens here. So here comes Pim coming into the final sector of this race.
Lofsel and Ritz! Lofsel and Ritz! Ritz is taking Lofsel.
Ritz is taking Loveshell. Matty's also going to come up past Loveshell. Loveshell is so low on fuel. Is he going to make the line?
No!
We don't know. But here comes Pim. Rounding the final corner. We're gonna come back to this in just a minute. Pim.
They're side by side for the chicane.
Is Pim going to get another lap in? We don't know. Pim is going to get another lap in. Raf comes home in second. Here comes Ritz. He's going to take home third place. Loveshell. Is he going to make it? We're going to see. Yes, he is. Loveshell holds on for that fourth place. Very good result from him. Matty in fifth. Nick has overtaken Jabal for sixth. Nick has overtaken Jabal for sixth place. He's got a small penalty, but he's going to take that on the line. But Nick with a historic sixth place. That's a fantastic result for him. Jabal must be really frustrated. He's just gone very wide over the line. But Nick, sixth place. Very good result from him. Jabal in seventh place. It's a little disappointing from Jabal, but I think it's a pretty solid overall race from him. Here comes he now, coming across the line in 8th place. That's very well for him, considering his qualifying position. He started at the back. 8th place is very good for him. Finish comes across the line in 9th. And Brood rounds out the top 10. It's very unlucky from him. And last but not least, we have Leo K crossing the line in 11th place with a small drift around the last chicane and crossing the line to finish in 11th place. But your winner is Pim2407 as he comes around for the final sector of this race. Actually, legitimately this time. He's just doing a little drift lap. I think he's just run out of fuel. Or maybe not. As he drifts the last corner.
I should go on the left there. That left exit thingy teleports him.
That'll be a bit of a pain. As Pim crosses the line to take his first place. Very good result from him. And there's your results, ladies and gentlemen. Very good race here at Goodwood. So, I'm not sure if we're going to do some driver interviews. We'll see if the drivers would like an interview. Let's have a look.
I want.
Carl, seeing as you're in the party, how was your race? Or at least, can you hear me? Okay, Carl's not here. We're going to come back to that. We're going to come back to him in a second. Pim, very good win. Very good strategy for you. How did that go for you? Hang on, wait, I say that. I think I've muted you all. Give me just a second. Pim, very well done. Very well done with that race. First place, fastest lap, pole. Very good. How do you think it went?
All I can say is, the race itself doesn't mean much if you didn't get that overtake on the stream.
Oh, I'm not sure. I think I got a couple of overtakes. I think I got the one. I think I caught the.
We definitely got the four-way battle for first after that pit stop.
Did you see me doing the double overtake on the cutback?
I caught you on. I think I caught you on. I think I caught you. Got one on the outside.
We caught you. I was like, okay, Pim's falling back, but he's gonna get them.
Save the replay, please. That was a really. Save the replay, please.
I got the replay.
That's fair enough.
I'll
show
that later.
Do you think your mediums contributed to that victory?
No, they sucked. They sucked arse.
Really?
Yeah, dude. I was, I mean, the mediums, I only didn't use them because last time my Wi-Fi was bad on Interlagos, but here they were fucking useless. Nah, it wasn't good.
Oh, wow.
They didn't gain me much time. The tire wear on the front lefts were fucking insane.
They look. Yeah, I was gonna say everyone was suffering from front left tire wear. It wasn't doing very well for him overall. I'm gonna go back to the race results, guys, just so you guys know what happened. That's fine. Oh, sorry, I apologise. We'll come back to you in a bit. We'll come back to you in a... Leo K, 11th place. Not too bad a result. Consistent, I'd say.
Could be better, but
you were fighting with Zev quite a bit, I must admit.
yeah.
Doing rather well. You weren't doing too badly. I mean, you got more experience with a arguably faster driver. So at least you kind of know what you were going into. I think the lack of practice is what cost Fev this race. You think?
Yeah, we really need to hear from him now.
He's not in the party, so we don't know right now. Kaz has got a network connection failure. That's a bit of a pain. We'll see. I'm just going to quickly involve the
That's
rest of
some
the drivers.
massive thing, like being second by 1 point and having that result.
Nick.
I was
Finally,
pretty
good
shocked.
one.
Hello, Nick. 6th place. Very
Nick,
well done from
what's-
you.
Hello.
Thank you.
What is your
Raffle
best
comes to you in a
result,
minute.
Nick?
Nick, that's a very
Well
good
done,
result.
Nick.
6th place.
That's the best one I had so far, I think. It's good. I bottled qualifying. I think I was a second off what I had done in practice, so I was really pissed at that. I think I dropped down to 9th at some point, because I went wide and Leo overtook me, and I was like, everyone's going to get past. So I just had to focus on getting past Leo and then finish Kid and Jackie. And then I think last lap I went over the bump for the fast chicane, got half a second penalty, thought my race is over, I won't get him. But
Javelin
eventually
went.
I think, I think he looked at me thinking, thank God, missed the breaking point, went wide, so I could go past and had enough time to spend it before the line.
Ooh, I'm surprised I didn't get that.
Those last couple of laps were...
Yeah, I saw Jabal go very wide in those last few turns, I must admit. That wasn't too bad, I suppose. But 6th place, very good result. Raph. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I apologise,
Yeah,
I
go
kind of
ahead.
miss you there, Nick. Raph, 2nd place. I mean,
Yeah.
good result, but do you really think you could have got Pim there?
I don't know. Really, I don't know. I'm not sure if you caught it on the last lap. I hit the inside of the first barrier. Hit the first barrier on the chicane on the final lap, and that may have been the reason as to why I didn't get a last lap. But I'm not sure. Even if with that last lap, I'm not sure if I would have gotten Pim. To be fair, I'm really happy with this result. I was so astonished. Where was Brood? Brood was nowhere.
He had no. Our thoughts in the commentary box were that he hadn't practiced. He kept going wide. He had a very bad qualification session, and
Apparently he
yeah,
had a lot of
because
practice with
I was
somehow.
fighting with him, Raf.
he definitely didn't do as well as we'd all hoped, and that's going to drop his standings quite a lot, isn't it?
The entire grid
Yeah.
went wide, to be honest, except Raf. Raf only hit the barrier once on the chicane, which I saw. But
Yeah,
I saw
on the lap.
Rids go wide on T1, I went wide on T1, I went off at the chicane, I hit the chicane.
Multiple times, I think. No?
Yeah, it wasn't clean for me, but Raf, do you have anything to say after that double overtake around the inside?
Yeah, I was just trying to defend because I knew shit was gonna happen then. So I just tried to get it clean, just try and be as clean as possible in that situation because it was all three of us within like what half a tenth. We were all so bunched up, so I just tried to really look about cleanliness. And I was like, right, he's gotten past. It's fine for now. At least you all survived.
Dude, I was fucking stellar about both
That
taking
was
you and Arid's.
brilliant.
Like,
That was a brilliant overtake. I can't say anything against that. That was an insane overtake. I was a really good race, all in all. I'm really happy with my result. I came into today's race thinking I was going to get P4, P5, with how many people still had their mediums to go. And now I stand here nearly having, well, literally, honestly, having a shot at victory. And that was, honestly, I'm ecstatic. It's a brilliant race, in my opinion.
Well, according to Pim, in fact, the mediums might have been more of a hindrance rather than a benefit.
No,
So-
they weren't a hindrance, they just weren't as good as on the other tracks.
Yeah. I didn't want to use my mediums on the final track. That's why I used my mediums early on. I knew I was not going to leave the mediums for Goodwood because I without even testing it, I was like, the mediums could honestly seriously fuck up the strategy because tie deg on here, I thought it was going to be higher, to be fair. Tire degradation was somewhat high, but they were extremely drivable. I mean, I was driving on a front left that was 50% worn at the end of each stint, and they were perfectly drivable. I didn't really have many issues. I was pulling 26s all the way through.
So what did you think of this new experience on Goodwood as a main
Honestly,
season?
so much better than I ever expected. It was brilliant. I think it was a brilliant race. I'm surprised I didn't kill myself on the chicane. I only really hit at the end. I'm really honestly surprised that I didn't hit more times and fuck up more.
It was by far the most tense race of the season, I can say
Yeah.
honestly. I haven't
Yeah.
had this close of a race in a long time.
It's brilliant.
I was surprised when I joined and saw you guys all exiting the pits and having a 4-way battle for P1. Like,
Yeah.
what?
I exited the pit and I was like, this is going to be a 4-way battle for P1. Unless Pim takes off. Unless Pim somehow takes off, it's going to be a 4-way battle for P1.
He did
And then
somehow
Pim didn't take off.
We all thought
And then
Pim
I
overfueled.
managed to separate myself from both Ritz and Lovesell.
We all thought Pim overfueled, actually, as he came out the pit.
No, I get why he did that. I get why Pim did that. It was just like, he was safe with 100%. He was safe no matter what. If it was going to be 28 laps, he could really just hammer it home, not feel safe at all, and actually get to 28 laps on that full tank. And if it wasn't going to be 28 laps and only going to be 27, he overfueled, but at least he didn't underfuel.
Yeah, I mean, I finished with only 0.3 laps on the clock left, so I think
I
it
was
was
fuel
fine.
saving all the way through. I was fuel saving because I think I exited the pits with 9.6 laps. I was uncertain. It was going to be super close. It was either going to be really, really close, or I was going to get it just about.
Yeah.
So you guys just see the standings. Raf still in first with
Yes.
90 points.
Yeah,
Pim
but that's
2
not
points
without the
behind.
worst result, Ender.
I know
Yeah.
it's not, but
It's not representative.
That
Still.
is honestly scary. Pim is sitting by far the best out of all of us. By far. Because I've got 90 points. Yeah, I've got 2 points more than him. But he's got a DC. He's got a race where he didn't even score. So Pim is sitting insanely well. Like, by far the best person on the grid right now.
So let's have this through. I don't think Jappy's going to be coming in for this interview. So let's go through the league standings right now. So for the Drivers' Championship, Raf currently leads on 90 points. We've got Pim in second, 88
Bullshit.
points. Yeah, well, Pim, you're in second. You're on 88 points. Raf's just ahead, but we'll see what happens when it comes to the finals. Devil's Hound receives his third place spot with 75 points. Ritz up in fourth place with 65. Loves Hell, after that pretty good drive there, up in fourth place. He's now in fifth with 58 points. MLS with that DC remains on 53 points in sixth place, tied with Matty now. So they're now sharing sixth place, both on 53 points. Then you've got Nicholas in eighth place, tied with Zenow and Jabal on 36 points. Then down in 11th place, you've got Leo K with 28 points. Finish Kid in 12th place with 25. Carl in 13th with 24. Lilium with 16. And Kepler our reserve on 9th. Nice one, Carl. Carl, you're not last.
Yeah, that's what I also want to
Beating
say.
out a pro.
I want to say, well, I mean, with the season for me is I can just throw the team championship. I can just yeet it out of the window and just concentrate for the driver standings.
Let's say that. Let's have a look at Sorry, can I finish, please? Having a look at the team championship. The team championship is very, very close. So Blaupunk Bilstein, Marley Race Squadron, is leading with 126 points. 3 points behind them are Tic Tac Motorsport Club with 123. It's very close between the Best Men and Brute Fabergé Racing Underdogs team. 1 point separates them, 112 to 111, with the Best Men currently in third place. BMW Adidas not far behind with 106 points. And then rounding out the rest of the grid, we've got Henning Racing on 61 points and Team Blaupunk powered by
name.
And then we've got Team Blaupunk powered by BMW M Motorsport in 7th with 44 points.
oh, Leo, you have no idea. Trust me.
Yeah, you want to see long names? You have no clue. That is short. That is short.
Unfortunately,
Do you have a
it's very short.
screenshot, Raf?
No, I don't. I
We
don't.
had short. We had short. We need a short in comparison.
Aram, I have one.
I might have one.
Also, I'm not sure for everyone else, did anyone saw Jabal stuck on the pit stop for the second stint.
Yeah, Jappy was wheeling
saw
in the
that.
pits for ages.
I saw someone. Nick pointed that out to me. It's like, who the hell's stuck in the pit stops? I was like,
I think I figured out who it is.
It was Jappy.
No, I
later
think
on,
it was Carl.
Yeah.
What?
Because Carl said
me?
he accidentally chose medium, so he had to go back into the pit, so he lost a bunch of time there. So that's as he got lapped by Pim about mid-race.
For me, what was the problem was, after when I went out the pits, I saw someone still stuck in the pits. I was like...
Yeah, there was someone really long.
It was
I don't think
Jappy.
it was. Because
It was Jappy.
he was the entire time ahead of me.
What?
Strange, because for me
I
it
think
was
there
on the...
might have been some DCing because I did see someone stuck in the pits for quite some time.
I'll have
Yeah,
to
'cause
review the footage.
for me it was Jappy, because sometimes when I just pass by the pit stop, I just hear just a car just shaking around, and later on I just saw a car just doing a wheelie with one wheel.
We caught a little bit of
Standing on one wheel, nice.
we caught a little bit
Yes.
of that, I must admit. All right, can we round this
right.
off? Can we
Yeah,
round this off?
go for
All
it.
right, cool.
Rough.
So that's all from me for today and for this stream. So thank you all guys very much for watching. So it's goodbye from me, goodbye, and goodbye from Ender,
Goodbye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, have a nice day.
and goodbye from everyone else on the stream. Now you can say it.
Goodbye.
In case anyone was watching.
There's 3 people watching.
Yeah, thank you
In
for
case
watching.
anyone bothered.
I'm not...
All right, guys. All right, guys. We're going to end this. We're going to end the stream here. So